Greetings, school law students. I'm Dr. Kristen Gilbert. Please feel free to call me Kristen. For those of you who don't know me, I have been in public education for 24 years. I got my EDS in Ed Leadership with a focus on school law before becoming an administrator, and then got my doctorate in school improvement, again with a focus on school law. So I'm really excited about this course. I think you'll find it to be a very rigorous course, but my hope is that it's also very relevant to what you're doing in your schools. The good news is that the course is only 8 weeks long, and the bad news is that it's only 8 weeks long. And that's bad news just because there is so much to do. So one of the things I want to do is help you see how this course works. Those of you who've had a course from me before will recognize this familiar layout. So I generally, when you sign into your course here for school law, you'll see that it brings up this course homepage. And on this course homepage, you have really everything you need. I love for you to start with the announcements because those are going to set the tone. Every time a module opens, I'll have an announcement ready for you so you can kind of get an overview of what you need to think about for the week. The content's right here, but I like to click on the content here because it gives you this kind of much deeper view. And we're going to start here with the course library. The course library is, if you can't find a document, go to the course library. That's probably where it is. I'll put your syllabus in there with my contact information, the course outline. I think the course outline is an invaluable document that if I were you, I would download it and put it on your refrigerator. It tells you when the modules open and close. Course starts on a Thursday this year, but you'll see that modules always open on a Wednesday and close on a Sunday. That's because I'm opening them early, so you'll have a module that's open. Notice this one opens on October 25th before the last one's closed. That's not to stress you out, despite how it might feel, but because you guys have told me a lot that you maybe have some free time or you're going to go away in the future and you want to get ahead. I know you don't have a lot of free time, but a lot of people like to work ahead, so I'm overlapping these so that you can work at your pace. So back to the course library. So assignments, unless otherwise indicated, they are due at the close of the module. I have some writing documents here. Please read the pet peeves of writing errors so that you don't make that. I have templates for writing legal briefs. You're going to write 2 legal briefs, but you're writing those legal briefs not because I think you're going to be a lawyer, but because it's really important that you're able to take a complex case and distill it down to what does it mean for us in schools. So that's what you'll be doing on the legal briefs, even though it'll feel like you're doing lawyer work. Here are the round robins. You're going to work in law firms. I'll show you that in a moment, but here are the round robin assignments that you'll be doing in your law firms with all the case studies and the tables there. And you'll also see other documents you need here too. You will also find the readings for the legal briefs right there under there. Okay, so the course library is invaluable for that information. Every module will start with a checklist. You click on the module, it will tell you what you need. Of course, I'm hoping you've already purchased the required text and you've read it once already, but you can go right through the module and it'll tell you what you need to do. So let me go to the discussions and show you about the discussions. As you know, I have a Muddiest Point forum. If you have any questions, post them here. Your classmates might be on while I'm not, and they might be able to answer right away for you something in a much quicker manner. I do check it regularly. Speaking of which, because this is an 8-week course and it's so rigorous, I expect you to be on daily. I know that's a lot for you with teachers and doing extra work already or sitting administrators, but you really need to be on daily in this course just to check in to make sure you're reading, for example, your sticky situations. This is where I'm really going to challenge you to sharpen your legal thinking. So twice in a semester, you are going to find an issue. It's fun in school law because there's always something in the news, always something that's going on. Schools are getting in trouble all the time. So you're going to be surprised once you start looking how many there are. And twice in the semester, you're going to post once in this first half, once in the second half. So you'll post a situation that you find in the news, not something going on at your school. Everybody else will read it and comment on it. I expect you to comment at least once a week on a post that's there. But I expect you to read all the posts because that's where we sharpen our legal thinking. And in the second half, if you'll post again. So when I say post, I mean an initial post, and then we'll do the same thing over again. And you'll get graded on your participation. And the point on this is to make sure that you're making your arguments grounded in solid legal reasoning, as opposed to, oh yeah, that really makes me mad when, or I agree that happens in my school. I want you to really argue, this seems like a freedom of speech issue, or based on the Establishment Clause, it doesn't seem appropriate that. So that's the type of discussion post that I expect from you. You'll see we have synchronous sessions as well. These synchronous sessions are completely optional. And so they're really your opportunity to ask me things that are specifically going on in your school or things you have questions about. You're going to find that a lot of the practices, you're saying, wait, we withhold report cards when students owe a library fine. How could that be illegal? We do that. So we'll be talking a lot about what you see in your school versus what the law says. So this is a fun opportunity, and if you miss it, there's no penalty. It's just a fun opportunity for us to get together and talk face to face. Also, I wanted to point out that you'll see every module will start with a video, and it's a video of me giving a little lecture on school law. So when you go to Module 1, you'll see legal basics and control of public schools. Module 2, religion in the public schools. This is because, again, I want to give you some real important points about legal reasoning and what's going on in the schools. And it's important that you watch these because it's part of your quizzes. And the quizzes aren't meant to be tricky. The quizzes are simple. There's a quiz for every single module. But the quizzes are meant just to distill what did you get out of the reading, because you can't have an informed discussion post. You're not going to be able to do any of the work, the group work, without having the content knowledge underneath your belt about what the law says. So the quizzes, again, aren't meant to trick you. If I ask a question, for example, like Des Moines versus Iowa, Tinker versus Des Moines, Iowa, you don't have to think, wait a minute, is that the right name of the case? I'm not going to try to trick you with case names. I'm not going to trick you with dates. I'm just going to make sure that you understand that Tinker versus Des Moines, Iowa has to do with free speech. Okay? So let's go to law firms. It's exciting. You're going to be working in law firms. You'll get to name your law firm. I love it when you're creative, so feel free to be. I will put you in groups based on when you actually sign in. I'll put you in groups, and you will work with that group to do a lot of your coursework. Part of that is to reduce the coursework because there's so much. Every module has a quiz, every module has a discussion post, and every module has an activity that you're going to do. But you're going to be doing those activities in groups, and hopefully that will really reduce some of the stress. The legal briefs you'll do on your own, but rely on your law firm to really sharpen your legal thinking. And wait a minute, I think it could be legal because, no, it may not be legal because, and don't ask me. By the way, students have emailed and said, we can't agree. You guys are going to have to make a decision in your law firm, because what you're going to do is you're going to be given a case and you're going to have to decide how to advise the group. So law firms will be a lot of fun. I think that's it, except to tell you that the videos that you see, and some of them I'll be in my summer garb, and some of them I have long hair, some of longer hair. Some of them I have much shorter hair than I have right now, and that's because I've made these videos over time. And while I might say, hey, EDL E6316, that's my old law class, please disregard that. I haven't figured out how to cut those videos because of the way that I uploaded them, so I'm just going to let them be as they are. So enjoy my different hairstyles, know that the videos are relevant, and I look forward to working with you in school law.